Hey, welcome to the Runaways podcast. My name is Cody. We are back for another week, and it has been a week. We had a new set come out. We had some calling stuff to talk about as well. I've had probably the craziest day that I could imagine between I'm flying out to go to Italy tomorrow, and I couldn't find my passport this morning. So I had to go get a new passport today. So that was a thing that I didn't know was possible, but I was able to do. And then work ran over. I literally got done with work like 10 minutes ago, and it's 8 p.m. when we're recording this. So it's it has been a day on my side. I'm excited to talk about hobbies and not real world stuff. But before I get into that, Lucas, you've been testing a lot of Silver Age. We saw a Silver Age tournament go on this weekend. You said you feeling way better about Silver Age going into it. So how has your week been, and maybe why are you so happy about Silver Age?
Yeah, so I haven't actually played like any tournaments or anything, but I've been playing a bunch online. I watched almost all the coverage from the recent calling in San Diego. Shout out to Jacob Clements for taking that down, and to everybody else who attended
Not
and
the head champ.
and finished well. Yeah, I'm actually quite excited about the format after playing a little bit more. I think that what I did not initially realize is that despite most people's strategies in the format being relatively straightforward, uh, or I guess not despite, maybe because of this, every hero actually is quite exploitable, I think, in different ways and to different levels, of course. Um, but I feel like it's not like certain CC metagames we've had where some decks kind of just do their thing and impose their will on the rest of the meta, and there's not really anything you can do about it. Obviously, as the Silver Age meta continues to evolve, we'll see if this continues to be the trend. But currently, I found that basically every hero has meaningful counterplay, and the games that I've been playing and watching have felt relatively high quality. I think perhaps at highest level, at something like the Pro Tour, we might see this not necessarily be the case, but at least for now, I'm still quite excited to play Silver Age. I think the punishes for making very small mistakes in the format are very enticing as a pro player, as a competitive player. Just because it makes me feel like I'm able to get not necessarily more edges than I am in CC, but different edges than I am in CC, and that's something we haven't had from FAB in a little while. I felt like.
I don't know, the amount of times I was watching coverage and I saw Flourish Lightning Press just delete someone because it was probably too high. I'm assuming no one's gonna fall for that trick after this, but it was like Michael Fang's signature move of the whole weekend. Every time I turn on the stream, it's just him killing someone with Flourish and Lightning Press. Like out of positions where he should probably lose the game. It was great.
It's quite interesting too because the concept of flourish floating its additional power into the next time you buff the power. If you just block 6 and their attack, like say their attack is coming in for 4, they have a blue flourish, so it could get +2. In addition to the +3 off of press, if you just block 6, it's like you blocked 2 cards on 2 cards anyway. So it's not even like you're really over blocking. Maybe just a subconscious thing of people not wanting to block. Like they think they think Michael Fang just played flourish and forgot that it was going to give bonus power. Like he just goofed it.
I don't know. I think after this weekend, though, everyone's hip to it. Hopefully,
Yeah.
I it's just funny that it happened twice on stream.
Yeah, I think it's funny too because like in both spots, it was like it's pretty hard to play around, but it's funny watching the opposing player like sit there and think for a while about like, should I block here? Should I block the next thing? Like, do I think about lightning press? And then them just like dying because they didn't realize lightning press worked that way. Like as a spectator watching, I'm assuming we have the same information. So like I'm assuming that they're gonna.
But why do you not think it was reasonable to overblock for the press in that situation?
I'm not necessarily saying it wasn't. It's just the look on both
Oh,
players' face when Michael played the lightning press was, "Oh, I literally didn't realize that worked that way, and I am now dead."
I
And
see.
so just watching people think through the permutations, thinking we're all on the same page, and then finding out otherwise is the case. It's very enjoyable.
Well, Noah, it looks like you have a new camera. You are all nice
Mhm.
and shiny in different colors now than you were previously.
Okay. Yeah, I think this is the problem of getting a nice new camera, dude. Like, you can see me for who I really am now.
I can see
The
I can
eyeball
see all the different
resolution,
shades of colors.
the 1,000-yard
Yeah.
stare is gonna get pixelated now.
Yeah,
And
even in more detail, huh?
Indeed.
you have been streaming this past week. They were
Mhm.
entertaining to watch. How has your week in Flesh and Blood been?
Yeah, it's been good. I still am unable to go to my locals while they're repairing the shop, so hopefully that is smoothed over soon and things can get back to normal on that front. But yeah, just been testing mainly Silver Age. Been playing a decent amount of Acilio as well. Um, yeah, actually, it was really funny. The most like important thing I did in Flesh and Blood was open up my TCG player. I haven't logged in since last year because like when have I needed to buy cards? You know, there just like hasn't been anything interesting to buy. But yeah, finally logged in. Got the $2 or $3 cards that are going to be key to success out of this set because nothing is worth any money. And um, yeah, and then it'll be another long hiatus before I need to buy any more cards because we're not getting more cards for a long time. So I don't know. It's kind of been settling into the fact that this is the format, this is the game, this is the card pool we're going to be playing for a while. So just familiarizing myself with Acilio in case they do nothing on the ban list, and then just playing a bunch of different Silver Age decks.
Makes sense. I mean, I think, while I do think the copium prices are very low, I think some of these prices are like way too low.
Yeah.
Like I like went to my TCG player. I looked at it. And I'm like, why are the antiquity packs like sync belows and stuff $1? Like literally
Mhm.
$1. It's one pack per box, and then like this doesn't come in every pack.
And Sync
And it's
Below,
super,
just like
and
the
it's
regular,
super playable.
Yeah, Sync Below regular used to be like $2-3, just like you would fish them out of bulk
Wow.
ones.
I went and looked at the Midas touches. They were half the price of the actual Midas touch.
Maybe,
So I just bought a bunch of them.
like it.
I don't know.
It might be because these cards look terrible, to be fair.
I don't know. I think I like the way they look.
Well,
I don't know.
okay. You know,
I expect these things to be worth money sometime. I know. I went and dropped like $400 on antiquity cards.
Oh wow.
I was just like, I like how they look. This feels really cheap. A truce for $1? I'll take infinite truces for $1.
Yeah, I was actually going to remark on how low the price of my shopping cart was. I feel like usually I'm in that range. A new set drops, I feel like I'm dropping $300 to $400 to like get all the new cards I'm going to need, and then this one was significantly less.
I don't think I could spend $400 on Compendium of Wraith if I tried.
Yeah, yeah. I'm pretty sure you could literally get a master set and it wouldn't be that much.
That's not true. The
like
Marvel Techlo equipment is all
the
like
Marvel's excluded. I actually don't think it's that much. Like
I think if you get a min rarity,
I picked a set of the Marvel Techlo ones. I'm like $20 each. I'll take all these. Thank you.
Yeah. Fair.
So I'm single-handedly supporting the entire market. Just me.
Well, you are the only person buying any of these cards, so
I am literally the only person buying any of these cards. I went and looked, and I was like, the quick dodge flexors from Antiquities pack was like $100, and I was like, I will take one of these. This is the price of the actual equipment. I don't understand. Like, I will take this art. Thank you very much. There's shelters are like $40 if you needed them. They're like, okay, just take like $40 shelters. If you want cheap tunics, the tunic is cheap. Like everything in the set is dirt cheap. Some of this I think is too low. Like I think I'm expecting that at some point we're gonna like look back like a year from now and the prices of these things will be astronomically higher than they are currently. At least I hope so. But at the same time, I'm looking at this and I'm like, this set is, man, it feels bad to open.
Yeah, I mean MSRP is what, like 125 or something on these?
Yeah, it's like one of the most expensive boxes to buy.
Yeah.
That we've had in a while, and like you literally outside of the one pack that sits on top, their Antiquities pack, it feels bad to open because there's no other hits.
Yeah, I had the same experience just at the world premiere opening packs randomly of just there's fewer cards in there, so there's less dopamine of like literally seeing cards, and the majestics and rares are kind of blended together in terms of power level. So it's not like you can say, oh, this majestic is worth much more than a rare. Yeah, I agree. It's just kind of underwhelming.
It's 145.
Yeah, it's hefty.
They're expensive.
Could you like actually ever me? No, we don't have to get too much into the weeds on that kind of stuff.
I just want to mention that like I think some of the sets that they've released are like awesome to open. Like Mistveil was one of the first sets, like because they redid how the cards came in Mistveil. But Mistveil was actively enjoyable to open because you never felt like you were out of it. Every time you're opening a box, there's like infinite hits you could do. There's still like the cold foil. Oh, I didn't hit the cold foil. Okay, I can still hit a legendary like rainbow foil in that spot instead. Oh, I'm not gonna hit that. I can also hit a marvel. Like you're always live for those 3 items in like every single box that you opened. And this one, you have 1 pack. You have 1 pack of special things, and then there's like nothing special when you're opening the box. Like it doesn't feel good to open like a $20 marvel.
Also, like the concept of the Marvel Chi is cool because if you're a Mystic player, it's kind of like a quest of like trying to obtain all the Chi, you know? Whereas like I don't care to obtain my young Teklo and young Riptide Marvels.
Yep. Agreed. And it's weird because like it feels good. You get good dopamine opening the Antiquities pack, but that's like the first thing you do. Like it's also on the top of the top of the box, which I understand they have to do for like packaging reasons, but you basically take the Antiquities pack off, you rip open the Antiquities pack, you go,
you throw the rest.
I didn't hit anything, and then you look down, you're like, I gotta open this box now. Like, it feels so bad because like the Antiquities pack is the like the high point of opening the set, and then it's just immediately look down, you have all these packs, you're like, there's nothing even in these packs. I don't know. This has been a big step back. Just from opening a product wise. I think the last few, like opening the gold packs was exciting, but then there was a ton of hits also in high seas that you could hit, all the Marvel like units and everything else that existed. All the last few sets have been enjoyable to hit.
Units.
And open.
Taking us to mathematics class.
Yeah, whatever.
Come on. Well, obviously you meant from other game of unit that you summon.
Yeah, but I know you meant ally, but
all of the rest of the sets up until this set have been fun to buy and open. And I think this is the first one in a long time that is not enjoyable to open at all.
Yeah, I just went
to TCG Player and bought everything. Just like, I'm just going to buy everything. So you're welcome, everyone on TCG Player.
Yeah, I really like Mistveil. I really like Rosetta. I really liked Hunted. What other sets?
High Seas.
High Seas was a lot of fun. We recently had Super Slam release as well.
Dude, Super Slam was more exciting to open than this set because at least it had all the juice like Majestics in there.
Like expansion slot cards, you mean?
Yeah, the expansion slot cards and everything.
Believe you.
But also they were the first card in the pack too, so it was like a kind of a buzzkill. You either got it or you didn't.
I don't know. It's just been not something we normally talk about, but it's just something I realized as I was opening up my cases. I was like, this feels bad. I'm gonna keep I literally have 2 cases of the product sitting below me over here that I have not opened yet because I think I'm just going to put it in the closet.
Yeah, I think you just keep it for a couple of years and it'll appreciate for sure.
I'm like, I ordered everything that I needed because the prices were so cheap that I felt like I was hurting myself by not buying everything. And I'm like, I don't need this anymore. Could just go on the shelf and I'll wait.
Mm-hmm.
Feels weird.
Okay, can I make a comment that's on a completely different tangent?
Sure.
I'm incredibly entranced by that Game Boy Color deck box thing you have in the background. What's going on there?
No, it's not product placement. I don't know. It's cool. I saw it.
Is that one of the Swoo ones?
A moon. It's like a moon. It says Moon Boy on it. It's a creator, a moon something creator. I don't know much about it.
Okay, but it's like a deck box.
It's a deck box. It opens up in the back and the deck and everything are inside. And
oh wow,
dude, I'm incredibly jealous. That's so sick.
Yeah, I saw it at my local card shop and I had store credit and I said, this looks more exciting to buy than Flesh and Blood. I will buy this.
I didn't mean for it to lead to a roast, dude.
You set him up.
Oh, no.
But I was like, I need a new deck box. I'll buy that. It was cool. And everyone comments on how cool it is. I mean, someone opened one in front of me at the game store and I was like, I'm buying one now because it looked cool. So
nice.
Yeah, good advertising there. Okay, I want to talk about the elephant in the room, which is the 174 person calling. That's a joke, man. That is like, I can't sugarcoat that at all, but I am worried. You could say whatever you want. It was Valentine's Day. It was expensive. It was on the wrong side of the country. 174 people showed up to a calling. Like, this has never happened before in like the history of the game. This is
in the US.
kind of a big deal. Yeah.
Is that true? Have we never
I
had
don't
one
know.
this small?
No, I don't think Chicago was close to this size, I believe, for LL.
Yeah.
But this is, I mean, there 200 people in California don't exist to come out and play Flesh and Blood.
I would really like to see the numbers on the rest of the American callings we have this year, in particular the CC ones. I am on the same page as you. I am worried with this attendance. I think it is possible that people just don't like going to callings for alternative formats, especially newer alternative formats. We've seen that with the LL calling in the past. So I am willing to hope a little bit, but I definitely agree. 170 for yeah.
It is funny you
Okay.
mentioned about the how many people in California can go to the tournament, because just looking at the standings, it was basically like every person who plays at the AGE out west in California is there, and then every person who just attends every tournament is there. That was like the
Yeah.
entirety of the standings. So.
But my point is like there are millions of people there. We can't find 200 of them that want to play Flesh and Blood. Like,
yeah,
I don't
ridiculous.
understand. Like that's it doesn't matter the format. It doesn't matter the weekend. You can't find 200 people that want to play from that area. It worries me. Now, I hear all the excuses. I know it's Valentine's Day. We run an older demographic for Flesh and Blood, so a lot of the people who do play Flesh and Blood that that would maybe go out do have things that they would have to do on Valentine's Day. All of that makes sense. I know it was very expensive that weekend because it was Valentine's Day weekend, so it is harder to travel and do things like that. And it was Silver Age. I hear all of these complaints. You get this one. Maybe. Like, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
You articulated perfectly, Cody.
You don't get to do any excuses though if the next one is a problem. That's what I'm worried about.
You heard it here first, folks.
Like,
you get one.
You get one.
Cody has allowed this one to pass. Next time, you invoke his fury.
It's just, man, it feels like we should be able to scrounge up 200 local players from, like, do your locals in California only get like 10 people? Because I just don't understand what the local scene looks like out there. Because I could go around, I feel like I could go around to all of my locals on the East Coast here within like an hour of me and just gather up all the players, and we could have like 150 just from just a couple of locals.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what to say, man.
I don't know. That was the first one in a while, and it kind of feels like the callings have been going. Like, we used to always have 500, and then we started seeing 400, and then we started seeing 350, and now we're seeing 100, and I'm just a little nervous, and the sets kind of suck for the last two sets, and do something. You have the best game. This is the best game.
I know.
I mean,
it's just such a weird feeling too, knowing that there's not going to be anything new for months. Like, what's the new motivator for people to be like, "Ooh, I'm excited to come play"?
Yeah, we're on the roller coaster, but we're on the like little kid roller coaster where you do like the one hump, and you're at the end of the hump, and you're like, okay, what do we do now?
Yeah,
I know I talked about it last time, but like Silver Age, in theory, is so good for the game. I loved watching the games, by the way. I still did. Even this weekend, I tuned into both days. I watched a bunch of the games, and I was like, "This is exciting. This is fun. I like watching these games. I'm interested to go back and make sure I watch everything." And I even stayed tuned between the games when they talked about junk. I didn't, it's just, it's so good on that experience. It's so good price wise, and it's so good just tournament. Like, the tournament was done at 2 p.m. Like, if you had Valentine's Day plans, you could have still gone to this because you were done at 2 p.m. anyway. So like,
flown back to the Midwest after.
you could have flown in that day and then flown back if you failed. I mean, quick in and out, 20-minute adventure. But it's
Sorry,
just like,
babe, I can't make dinner. I top 8.
yeah. So there's like all of these really positive things, I think, to say about the format. I'm just worried no one wants to play it, and that comes from me as well. But
I was gonna say, why don't we do some self-reflection, because none of us went. What are y'all reasons why you didn't go?
I'm going to Bologna on Wednesday to go try and win $20,000.
Okay, real excuse. What about you, Lucas?
It's expensive and I'm very busy right now. I think if it was not Valentine's Day, I still would not have gone. But like that, also, what actual?
But with that said, if it was in Philly, I would have gone.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
With everything, I would have been like, oh yeah, I'll go. It's right here. If it was like an hour away,
Well,
yeah,
I
I'm
do think
going
the
to.
California players did show up. I'm just curious about the people who like live outside of.
Come on,
drivable
there's like
distance.
100 people in California that play the game.
Well, California is gigantic, man. Like
That's my point. you're just there's 100 people that play the game in that area.
no, I'm saying like in the area, yeah. Like
I
if you
would
live
guess,
in,
yeah,
Go ahead.
I would guess that the Valentine's Day thing, and I also think people just don't. I don't know. I agree. Sage should be good for the game in theory. I haven't actually talked to very many people who are excited about the format. I feel like I'm more excited about the format than most people I talk to, and that's never the case.
Yeah. No, people were clamoring for this thing so much that LSS had to release it early before it was even ready because people were just busting down their doors to get this thing into their local game store.
Which, to be fair, I mean, the jury's still out. Set just came out. It could still be a huge success, and it could still be very popular. But I would say the trend this week was probably in the downward in terms of hype.
I have never been this nervous about the future of Flesh and Blood than this past weekend getting 174 players at like a $20,000 event.
Oh.
I
don't know, man. I was there when we got the full set list for Bright Lights. I don't know, man.
people still showed up. People still showed up.
Well, actually, I think that was one of the biggest events. Was actually the
Yeah.
calling attached to Barcelona sealed bright lights.
Oh, that's
like at the time it was huge.
That's true.
The thing was, is people still showed up.
That's true.
They're not showing up as much. And I mean, I'm not innocent of this. I'm going to play another game. So I would have normally have gone to this event, but I am traveling to play a different game because the prize money is like better.
Yep.
So I don't know. I am not without fault.
Wait.
But it really sucks because I want to play more Flesh and Blood. Like you don't know. I don't know. I'm playing almost exclusively Riftbound right now because I have 2 major tournaments in a row, and then it's like full on prep for Pro Tour. And every day I'm just so excited to get back to playing Flesh and Blood. Like I'm playing Riftbound for money. I'm playing Flesh and Blood for money and because I love the game.
You like clock out your Riftbound shift and you go home.
Yeah, it's like that is what it feels like. Obviously, like doing well and doing other things, and there are parts that I enjoy of playing the other card game, or I wouldn't play it, right? But it's not like Flesh and Blood. Like every time I get to go back to Flesh and Blood, I'm just like, can't wait to go back to Flesh and Blood. And then they like release a set that's unfair, like that's fun to open. It's kind of unfair. Like the set's kind of unfair to open. Like dollar wise, it kind of hurts.
Yeah. There's like actual 0 chance I will ever buy a pack of Commitment, right?
Yeah,
to open.
So like, but then they release this, and I'm like, oh man, that feels bad. And then it's like, and then they hit something else that I don't like. I'm, oh no. And then 174 people show up to their tournament. I'm like, no. It just keeps it feeling bad.
No. Anxiety is definitely up.
Yes. Let's also talk about Kano. God, I was so high. That's the one thing I did not like about watching Silver Age. We finally got rid of this guy, and he's just back. It's not enjoyable. It's not like I haven't seen you in forever. I know you're broken. Come back. It's fine. No, it's like we just got rid of him, and now he's just all up in the spotlight again. It's like it hasn't been long enough.
Yeah, Briar's allowed to be broken. Like she's an old friend. Like we've all known her. We all knew her back in the day. You know, we all played her a little bit. It's nice to have her back. We like blocking 4 with our non-attack action cards. Like, it's okay. This stupid wizard guy coming in and forget like doing 12 on my turn. And I don't even have that many to start with. Like, I'm looking over my 4 equipment block that doesn't even work. I have no life total. I have no cards. No bitches. I'm just dead.
The Briar deck at least has some interesting cards in it as well. Mm-hmm. I feel like looking at the Kano deck, you just see why it's a problem. Because every single card in the Kano deck completely sucks, but then they just kill
No.
you.
The best card in the deck is like Voltic Bolt. I guess it's Emeritus,
Yeah,
right?
two
It's
cards,
Emeritus.
6 arcane,
To
or
be,
and red Emeritus on your turn. Like those are like the only actual cards in the whole deck.
yeah,
And it won both
get a
events.
ban list. It's like Emeritus Scolding, Voltic Bolt.
No, it's just Kano. Just ban Kano.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Well, he is going to
you know
be
what's
a
funny?
field hero for the professional tour.
Did Chain win as dominantly in Silver Age as Kano is?
Well, to be fair, I think dominance is something that we cannot yet say Kano has. He does have a lot of counterplay, and I think as people start to recognize him as like one of the best decks, he will get worse. There are heroes that are good into him. Like I think Kano is just one of the good decks, but his play experience is so miserable, and you basically have to tech, I think, to be able to beat him.
The Kano counterplay also is just drawing cards. Like it's not counterplay in terms of hero selection to the like for the vast majority, I would say, of heroes that are legal. It's a little bit different. Like in CC, you have like you could have played Prism, where like any herald is just ward 4. Go ahead. I know you want to speak.
I was gonna say, I will say I think the equipment in Sage changed that a little bit, right? Like there are definitely a lot of things where hero choice
But it doesn't actually matter because you don't have a real sideboard. Okay, you put in AB3 and your deck plays like 14 blues.
That's not what I mean.
You just don't draw the blue.
That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like I'm playing a brute, so I have Spell Void 3 and everybody else doesn't. Like that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about.
Yeah, but you still just die.
Sometimes.
Who cares if you have Spell Void 3 if you don't draw blues? Like Spell Void 3 is the same thing as AB3 pitching a blue if you have a bunch of reds in hand. Does that make sense?
The statement you said is correct and registered in my brain, and yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, I don't know. That's how I felt because I played against Jacob in London. Did he win that tournament? I think he won that one as well.
He won the showdown.
On Kano. Yeah, the showdown. That's the tournament I played against him in, where I just drew a hand of like only one blue and exploded, and then I drew another hand of only one blue and I Giga exploded.
Yeah.
So I just don't think you have actually like
bad.
What's up?
It's because drawing 2 blues is bad. Like it's just only in this matchup where it's not.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
I think also Ninja perhaps. Well, this again remains to be seen, and I'm perfectly willing to believe that Kano is just too broken and needs a shit ton of bans. But like Ninja as well, they have very good AB equipment, and I don't know if it's good enough to actually beat Kano, but presenting a clock that kills him on turn 2 and making him go off when you have a full hand because of the new hat is pretty powerful.
I think there's a reason why they printed Icelander starter deck and didn't print Kano starter deck. Like one is just a much more enjoyable game experience. It still has the frustration of, oh, wizard, they're doing stuff on my turn, but they're not just reducing your life total to 0 immediately by randomly clicking a button and hitting reds by pitching blues. So I'm curious if LSS will talk about it at all, of like if they intended for Kano to be a major player in Sage, or if this is just like a oopsie, we didn't think he'd be that good with all these just vanilla trash cards.
I have to imagine that their perspective was something along the lines of this hero's clearly very strong. Because like you just play like two games of the hero with literally any random list of like every common from Arcane Rising, and you like pretty quickly realize that he's very powerful in the format. My guess is that they, similar to a lot of their design philosophy recently, are heavily relying on counterplay to keep him balanced. Things like Arcane Polarity, Oasis Respite, people with Spell Void equipment, decks that can play multiple blues and somehow kill him quickly. Again, I don't know if this is actually enough, but the format has a lot of counterplay to Kano. And so I would guess that when they released it, they were thinking that he would be part of the meta, but a manageable part.
But when you think about, 1 second, Cody, I don't know if you have something to say. I got more. The concept of him having counterplay implies that he should be the best deck, and everyone should bring counterplay for him. Because when you only have a 55 card deck, you're dedicating, say, 5 slots to him. It's almost 10% of your deck is just for one hero in a format that has 60 playable heroes.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah,
surely you would only do that if he's supposed to be like highly represented, a dominant force.
to be fair, I think a lot of actually we'll see this more as Sage keeps going. My guess is that we're going to see a lot of this as we continue going with Sage, and it's going to be a lot of like, I only have 6 real sideboard slots. I'm going to have to be very intentional with them. And it's going to be like, I was saying this a few weeks ago a little bit, where I think Sage is going to be an incredibly dynamic meta, where like week by week, every week or two, it's going to be like significant meta shifts. But that all assumes that those sideboard cards that you can put in your deck actually do make meaningful improvements in the matchup. Which again, I'm not convinced that 2 arcane polarities and playing all the AB and spell void that you want to is actually enough to keep Kano from being potentially just like cleanly the best deck in the format.
All I wanted to talk about was new showed up. I mean,
we can move on to a positive topic.
I mean, I saw Tao Tao on new, and I was like, okay, of course, that makes sense. And I saw how the deck was built, and I'm like, of course, that makes sense. What I never understood was, how does this thing beat the aggro decks? And then it didn't, and I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense as well.
Yeah. I was about to say, I was like, wait, this is exciting. He's on stream. I'm like, oh yeah, that went exactly how I expected it to go.
Yeah, that was exactly how I was like, okay, show me, man. I'm so in. Just show me this win, and I am locking in new right now. Let's go. I miss her so much.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what I thought would happen. Okay. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, it's basically just a fatigue deck that is better at fatiguing your opponent if they give you space.
Yep.
That's it.
But it's new, and it's cool.
Yep.
And it's fun.
And you maybe also have an edge into some of the other fatigue decks. I know he lost,
definitely have an edge. He did. It was because his chi was in the wrong cycle.
Yeah.
If his chi was in a better cycle, he wins that game every time.
Mm-hmm.
Because he had infinite of his opponent's blues he could have played to catch up on any deck damage that was needed. It's just like it was at the bottom of his deck, and then when he finally got around to being on turn to play it, he had to block his whole hand, and then he took too much damage, and then he had to just get rid of it.
Which, to be fair, I do think is unfortunately compared to something like CC, where new can play like 4 or 5 chi, and eventually you'll be able to resolve it. You have equipment, so you can always just like stilettos to resolve your first chi, so you can start playing their attacks. In I guess you still have access to that, but you don't have access to something like tuning. In Sage, you really can't play as many chi, and only one of them is pathwell traveled. And so you're not going to double transcend or anything. So I actually think it might be a problem with the hero as well. Just that it actually is, I think, quite difficult to resolve New's hero ability in Silver Age.
I was just excited to see her do well. I was really hoping I was going to be shown something though, like show on that Agar match. I was like, come on, man, show me how you did it.
I saw the vision, like I got it, like I see how he could win, but
yeah, same. It was close. To be fair, close. It was close. A little bit less power, or a different spot than maybe I think get the mill out.
I think basically we don't need to go too in depth on this game, but at least to me, the strategy seemed like it would have been pretty effective had he had like 1 or 2 more spots where he could have resolved an inducement, I think.
Yep.
But obviously, if your opponent's just attacking you every turn,
is the inducement just like so bad against Briar?
Why's that?
Because like they just don't block, and then you don't take a blue, and then like sure you're trading 1 card for 1 card, but you're kind of like negating.
You're choosing the card that they don't get the resolve against you again, though.
Well, but what Noah's saying is that like
but you're also healing them.
Yeah,
because like you're taking a red off the top.
Yeah, because they get.
So you're giving them like 1 additional turn of being able to like swing their sword or like play the game.
Yeah,
maybe
that's fair.
Because I think it also depends if they're playing Reaping Blade versus Starfall, right? Like giving them an additional card. Because I know Michael was playing Starfall. I feel like if he had Reaping Blade, like having the ability to be so far up on life just means he can keep swinging the Reaping Blade. And like reverse fatiguing them that way if they're playing inducements, taking reds throughout the game.
Yeah, I agree. I will say, if you're not playing Starfall, those end games are so much harder to set up. But if you're not playing Starfall, those like Flourish, Lightning Press style end games are not impossible to set up, but like basically it's impossible to like take cards from your opponent throughout the game while also setting up a pitch stack, unless your deck just like actually lines up perfectly.
Yeah, and obviously if someone wastes damage in spots and, a little bit differently, then you can probably get there as well. So Michael played it well. It was close.
I'm willing to believe that Nu is a real hero. She did top 8. Like, obviously, we saw 2 games on stream, but like, he won a bunch of other games. He was 3rd seed. Like,
yeah. I saw enough that I'm like, I'll probably toy around with it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to play Nu again. It'd make me so happy.
Yeah.
Yep. Unfortunately, it'll also make your opponents happy if you sit down at the table and you tell them you're playing Nu.
Yeah, my cursed lineup for Pro Tour, I'm playing Vincet Nu. Oh. Let's go.
Yeah, that has to be completely unplayable in Sage.
Yeah.
From
Why don't you just play Vincet?
Oh. Are people going to show up with Vincet, man?
I think it's more likely in Sage. Funny enough.
I'm gonna, is what I was thinking about.
Oh, okay. I'm going to do a lot of stuff in my power to convince myself to play Vincet in CC.
Yeah, it's 7:30,
and then I'm going to play
somebody available to play Vincet with you.
I'm going to play like 30 games, and I'm like, there's no way I can't do this.
I feel like in Sage, it might have a good Kano matchup, right? Because you get to play like some Spell Void, and you attack on a few cards.
You play some Spell Void, and then you realize your Spell Void is killing you, and then you're like, wait, what was the point of using the Spell Void?
No, I mean like you have Ebb and Fold.
Oh, okay, sure. You have one piece of real Spell Void, yeah.
Something. In Sage, it's a lot.
Yeah, fair. It's 10% extra life. It's OP.
I mean, at least Vincet should have a good matchup into Acilio.
I'm not convinced. Everyone keeps telling me this, but she has less disruption than Mario, and takes like.
But you have different disruption. You have Cull.
No, I agree. I think the disruption is better, but being good into Acilio, on their turn. Being good into Acilio means that you can disrupt them and kill them. But like basically, you can kill them and disrupt them in like 3 or 4 turns. And also, you can do it consistently.
I think it's also dependent on how many blasts Acilio plays too, because like normally on turns where you don't have sigils out, the blasts you draw are kind of just like whatever, vanilla cards. But being able to like blast Rune Chants randomly is like pretty good too. Like they end the turn on like 1 Rune Chant, you just like blast it. They can't play the game next turn.
Also,
it's more
Wobble. Wobble also seems broken in that match.
Yeah. Wobble is very good.
I hate that card. I hate that card.
For some reason they printed this card.
You're talking about like 170 player calling. That's what makes me concerned about the future of Flesh and Blood. It's temporal wobble. I'm gonna change the name of my video series. No more Mind Warp. It's all wobble.
Temporal wobble.
Yeah. It's just me complaining every
It rolls off the tongue,
Yeah.
No, I just want them to show me the Gone in the Flash, and then I say, no, you can't set that. That's it. That's all I want to do with my life.
What if they ban Sigil of Brilliance, like how they banned Germinate?
Well,
I think that makes sense.
That would be pretty strong.
It would be a knife in the back, but I could see them doing it. So it seems like the most offensive overlap type card, right? Like the interaction with the hat, letting you have like a 7-card hand.
The hit, I think. At least it was like today. Because it also like doesn't kill the deck, right? It's like the thing that they love to do where like you make some of the matchups, like you have to completely rework how you play some matchups because you can't just like pitch stack 7-card hands for free. And then like it just takes away like a broken card. Maybe they'll just ban Wobble and we'll get lucky.
I said all of this, and then I remembered that this is the event that I said I'm just going to play both decks that are the most popular expected good deck. Because I never do that. Strategy. Like I literally never do that, and it's like always one of those decks that wins the tournament. So I'm just like, I had said a long time ago, I was like, I'm just gonna play whatever the consensus good deck is.
You need to start practicing revealing Emeritus Holdings off the top of your deck then.
I'm gonna play Acilio Kano. That's gonna be my combo. Acilio Kano, let's go.
I mean, if the tournament was tomorrow, I feel like if you don't sub Acilio Kano, you're kind of trolling, right?
Yeah.
Like
maybe you could play Briar.
Yeah, whatever. Like you can play the other decks, but like
Yeah.
You're trolling.
Wow.
I still
guess
think
that's what I'm
Enigma is
playing.
also playable too. Like the game where Jacob beat Jude was very unconvincing. Like a
He
lot
beat
of
him
things went
twice.
wrong on Jude's
You beat him
side.
twice.
Yeah, but Jude's deck was also one of the decks. Like he had to
It was
have.
on
I love how we
Valentine's
went- I love how
Day,
we went
and it
from,
was
like-
expensive, and no one likes Sage
I,
anyway.
I said it was unconvincing. Like based on what was in Jude's deck for the matchup and the plays that were being made, I felt like I was not convinced that Kano actually beats Enigma.
I was a bit underwhelmed by the "I will no longer attack you for the rest of the game" idea. It usually almost never works,
Mhm.
especially if you're not setting up a ward while you're doing it. If it was like play ward, no swing, pass, I could buy that, but it was just like pass 4 cards.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It can't be good, man.
I understand. Like I understand because we've all been there and done that. We've all been
Yeah.
there and been that person where it's like
Oh, 100%. Yeah,
pass. Like
I've been in the situation where I'm fighting for my life against Kano in like a win-in type situation. I'm like, all right, I feel like this has to be the best play. And then looking back on it, I'm like, what was I thinking, man?
what was I
I feel like I just
thinking?
play Flesh and Blood. Like you got to play the game at some point.
Well, through the attack, it got popped. It said, "I'm never attacking you ever again."
I think he just got scared. Like he attacked.
No,
this guy
no,
and
it
died.
like it logically
Obviously,
makes sense.
Jude's very.
But yeah, Jude's very good. So logically, I understand how you make that decision. It's just like every time I've made that decision, it has never worked.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So it's more of like in my brain is telling me you should make this decision. This makes sense. And then the other part of me is like, you've done this like 20 times. It has never worked. You just got to do something else.
Mhm.
So I think that was a lot of it. Also, that pop was just ridiculous. It was just so sad.
Yeah.
Cry every time.
I don't know. When it's a matchup of Illusionist versus Kano, I'm not really that bothered when things that are bad happen to either of them.
Okay, I love Enigma though. That's the difference.
Yeah,
Big
I have
Enigma
zero
fan.
love for Enigma. I can't stand that deck. That deck just like doesn't teach you how to play Flesh and Blood.
That's fine. We're all just playing Acilio Kano now anyway. We're
Yeah,
all
fair.
Acilio Kano players.
Dude, the feeling that's going on in my heart. I know you guys could not possibly have seen this, but like my heart just sank when you said that. Like, I don't know. That just made me really sad.
I don't. I'm just gonna play whatever people think the best deck is. That's the deck I'm gonna play.
Mhm.
Locking it in now.
Community
I don't know what
vote,
that
so-
deck is, but I'm locking
Oh, community vote. We should do that.
it in. Community vote. What am I playing?
We should do a community vote for which deck Cody says he's gonna play 4 weeks before the tournament and then doesn't play.
I don't have a choice. I literally on March 28th, I will be on an airplane flying to Japan, and I have to have both of my decks locked in by that date.
April 7th. We're gonna be audibling to Zen in both formats. That's normally what
I am going to be traveling all across Japan, going to card shops. So maybe
That's what's
I'll
gonna
be
happen.
able to-
You're gonna
I'll
like
be able to play their
like,
locals. I will
you're
play
gonna-
all the locals.
dude, that's what's gonna happen. You're gonna go into a card shop, you're gonna like pull out your Acilio deck, you're gonna like look at all the cards, you're gonna look at like some shiny Japanese marvels, and you're gonna be like, oh, I gotta
Wait,
do
wait,
this.
I should be
wait.
playing Teklo.
Hold up. Worst case scenario, you can just buy one of the new Sage starter decks and just use that for the tournament.
Oh,
That's
my
true.
$20 ticket.
That's true.
Might even be cheaper over there too.
Gotta ask them like, where's the Kano deck? I want my
Yeah.
$20 Kano deck.
That Kano deck's
That's-
actually like $4, right?
Probably.
I looked at it the other day. There's like no pen cards. It's like just the equipment. Like literally. Oh, I looked at this other earlier, by the way. There's like no pen cards in any of the deck. It's like
I know.
they
LSS
all
was correct when
all
they
have
built
pen
the.
equipment, and then
Yeah.
2 of the decks have like 3 cards from pen. And then every other deck in the top 8 is like one of their blues is a slight upgrade from pen. And that's it.
Didn't the Briar deck had a couple? At least had
Yeah,
like the
that's
plus
so.
one,
So
plus one,
there was.
plus one.
Oh yeah, because Michael and Brody, because you have a sprout string.
Yeah.
Is the Briar got a new card, and then there was one other deck that was playing like a few. I think it was the Enigma deck, maybe. Yeah, the Enigma deck had a few. new
Yeah,
cards.
the Enigma deck was playing a good pile
Yeah.
of new stuff. The new
Yeah,
deck
Michael's
had
deck has
the new blue
5
card.
total cards from the new set, or 4 unique cards, I guess. There's
Yeah.
32
It's
sprout strength.
they also all play equipment, right? So the pen
Yeah,
equipment
3 equipment and sprout strength.
definitely was a pretty big deal for all the heroes.
That's fair. I think, unless you guys have anything else you want to talk about, well, I'm ready for podcast questions.
No, it's all been sad. If we talk about anything else, I'm just gonna get more sad. The Runaways
Well,
sad.
I don't really get how Arcane Polarity makes sense in Enigma.
I don't know. I
Right.
saw him resolve 2 of them on the same turn, and I was like, "This game's over," and then the game was not over, and I was very shocked.
Like I get you resolve it, but it just like doesn't fit with the game plan. Like the game plan is blocking, and then like you play Sirens of Safe Harbor as well. Maybe it's just a roast Jude show. I love Jude, by the way. That's why I feel okay doing this. He's the best. But like, why do you play cards that block 2 in Arcane Polarity? Like, you want to put guys on the board and then have them stay on the board. I don't want like 1 and 2 blocks in my hand.
I think part of it is that this build is just like not as focused on potentially keeping the stuff around.
He's not trying to guy up, dude. He doesn't have your favorite card, Cody. The one that you play and it makes a thing. The 0 for 3. Yeah. Whatever it's called. Wait, I have it on my desk. Solitary. Yeah, this one.
Companion.
Solitary Companion, dude.
I was thinking about building an Enigma deck with like Sigil of Solitude, trying to fatigue Briars and stuff.
Yeah. I just putting stuff on the board just seems OP. And then you just look at them when it stays on the board for additional turns.
Cody, it's finally time. It's time for Vengeful Apparition Red.
I can do it. I can play all the Vengeful deck. I can play the Vengeful deck.
Time for a single-minded determination.
I'm so excited. Screw everything I just said. I'm playing
Blossom
Enigma. Let's go.
Single-minded determination. It's like just playing the format.
You know how hard it's going to be to be like, I'm not playing Enigma. I'm not playing New. I'm not playing any of the decks I love. I'm going to play whatever. I'm not playing Zen. I'm going to play whatever the most popular deck is.
Blades is playable. Not playing Old Him.
Yeah.
No. I'm Kano.
No Guardian slop. No Dory slop.
I think it's funny that you say Guardian and Dory slop, but like, I don't know if the viewers know. This is like a good thing. This is like a compliment coming from Cody.
Like, yeah, I love those
the
decks.
more slop is in the deck, the more he is. This is Cody. I'd rather play Sledge Mirrors than anything else.
Oh, I love Sledge Mirrors.
Talking about.
You're right. Well, I know this episode's been a downer, but on a positive note, we have basically an hour-long movie coming out of our experience of Worlds. It should be out hopefully next week, but it should be out soon. There'll at least be a teaser out next week. I have seen it. 2 thumbs up. Made me very sad. I cry every time. I'm very excited for people to finally get to see it. It's been a long process. A lot of work has gone into it by a lot of different people. But when it gets 100% release date out, then we'll have more. We'll have a trailer and everything else. But I'm very excited that it's finally almost time. So there's a little positive thing, I guess.
Yeah. Also, we usually we record these on Tuesday, but they come out Thursday. So if you're watching this on the day that the podcast comes out, tune into Josh and I streaming tonight. It'll be sometime around like 8-9 p.m. Eastern. We'll start. We usually stream for like about 3 hours. So yeah, feel free to tune in just on this channel. Come through, chat, call us good, call us bad, say whatever you want.
Okay, with that, let's get into some Metafy questions. These are asked by members of our premium Metafy. If you'd like to be able to ask questions on the podcast, find people to practice with, ask those questions out, or just say that you like us, it is a $5 in the link below.
It's $5 to say you like
that's
it's not something we get very often. So we got it.
True.
For what we can.
That was the script you cooked up. You have to say if you like us,
or if you like us, yeah. If you just like us, and it's $5, yeah. There's
good,
plenty of people I like who I send them $5.
Maybe I gotta subscribe now, man. I like you guys.
Yeah. Foxmane asks, what is your favorite Flesh and Blood hero of all time? And if they were a Pokemon trainer, what would their signature Pokemon be? Oh,
I have a good answer for this already.
Yeah.
Icelander riding on top of Chien Pao, the new like snow leopard from the most recent gen. I don't know if you know what Chien Pao does, but he does ice spinner attack and he lowers the defense of all your opponents, or I guess of all Pokemon on the field. So I think it'd be very cool. Like thematically, he does a lot of ice, and yeah, he's like reducing their capabilities. so he kind of like works on every turn. And I just think it fits the ice vibe. It'd be cool.
I mean, mine's obvious. It's Chain. I don't know new Pokemon, so it's gonna be like Gengar or Haunter because they have like Spite, which is like half kill myself, kill you type of ability.
My boy, it's my favorite Pokemon.
Yeah.
Wait, Gengar or Haunter is?
Haunter.
Haunter. Okay.
Also,
you haven't fully evolved yet.
Color
Still
wise,
stage 2?
Yeah.
Oh, you got the hair of Haunter. I see.
Of course.
I feel like you have the hair of Smeargle, but sure.
Yeah, I got the hair of what's the like monkey fire type Pokemon with the little
Venonat? You got the hair of Venonat?
No, but that one's
that's pretty funny.
My favorite Fab hero is hard. For the longest time, it was Icelander. I really like Starvo. I really like playing Starvo. I just love all the elemental heroes, and I really enjoy playing Guardian as well. So for me, it would probably be Starvo. I really like playing Verdance as well. She might be.
So Starvo has to be Incineroar because it's the best Pokemon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Starvo. Yeah, I don't know. He's kind of too much of anything to like.
But Incineroar has like the abs, It's like Starvo with like shirt off with the abs.
I think
feel like
Incineroar is a good answer because he's strong, he's buff,
and everyone hates him.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone hates him, but people secretly just all play him.
Yeah. True.
It's actually a perfect fit.
Foxmane also had, based on scouting from watching the pod, this is what I would run against each of you if we played rock, paper, scissors. Before opening the spoilers, let me know how I would have done.
Okay, so how we should do this, I feel like, is we all do it with each other. Like we all go rock, paper, scissors, and we hold our thing. Like
I have to get.
Well, I guess we just do it to the camera,
what I
right?
would do.
We got to roll the dice. Okay.
Yeah, I said that was my strategy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
All right, we go on.
Shoot.
Yeah.
Rock,
paper, scissors, shoot.
Okay,
so let's see if we were right or not. He threw rock against you, Noah. He lost. He threw rock. Paper against me. He also lost to the scissors. And Lucas, he threw scissors at you. You guys tied.
Okay.
Yeah, I for sure just cheated on this, by the way. I didn't know we were going to do this on the pod, so I ran it myself, and he beat me, so I give him the credit.
Okay.
Oh, damn. Wait, that's crazy.
You lost to a die roll, so there's...
Yeah.
Let's say about that.
I had to make you sweat in real time, but you actually beat me when I tried it myself.
Re-roll next week.
Yeah. Yeah. Re-roll and I won't look. I didn't know we were supposed to like save this because he posted this like 5 days ago.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting though.
No, it wasn't interesting. I got roasted in real time.
Michael asks, is Acilio really a tier 0 deck in CC thanks to Wobble? Is there anything you can do against it?
I think tier 0 is probably strong.
I think so. Some counterplay against Wobble. You can talk about the first part actually.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure the question is about counterplay against Acilio, but I wanted to answer counterplay against Wobble. Okay, now it's your turn.
Acilio is incredibly targetable, right? Like there's just a bunch of like generic cards that are quite strong against him. Like just think like basic Erase Face, CNC, Weakest Link, any Arsenal Disruption, any disruption of any kind.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're just playing a fast deck that can kill him in a few turns and disrupt him on basically every turn of the game, I think especially if you're a deck that does not get hit by his counter spells, so if you're a deck that's not playing anything that's going to get wobbled for a bunch of value, I think you should have an okay chance. Now, not necessarily saying that just any aggressive deck can throw these cards in and be good into Acilio, but if you are an aggressive deck that can disrupt him and doesn't get got by wobble, or even maybe if you do, I think the fact that the kind of thing that beats Acilio is pretty simple means that tier 0 is always going to be a little bit strong, but we'll see.
The issue is we're not a tier 0 game. Even when a deck is tier 0, not enough people play it, so that you can't actually just be a counter to the best deck in the game.
That's true.
You have to also win against all the other things. And the issue is the things that it takes to win against Acilio are pretty specific, and they are pretty bad into most of the other things that we've seen in the meta previously. It's unknown if that's going to continue to be the same because the meta is changing a little bit and some things are going to get banned and before Pro Tour. And then there's also going to be like a ban restricted list or whatever. But the real issue is that like Acilio is targetable, but it's unlikely that you'll be able to target Acilio and also beat a bunch of the other stuff that are in the format
And I
Makes it
think
pretty hard.
wobble actually is probably one of the biggest problems for that, because I think most of the decks that were good and targeted Acilio get hit quite hard by this. The biggest one being
Big who?
Marionette,
Marionette, yes.
because that was previously Acilio's like natural kind of, this is already one of the best decks and has a at least slightly positive Acilio matchup.
Yep.
So it kind of keeps Acilio from being able to be in that tier 0 range. I haven't tested it enough post wobble, but if that matchup has flipped the other way where it's slightly Acilio favored, which my guess is that it probably is, we could see that being a little bit harder for decks to do. But Mario decks can also adapt.
Maybe.
Okay. So what I was going to say about how to play against wobble. Firstly, if you've played Yu-Gi-Oh for a long time, you've played against these types of cards for a while, so I feel like I have a bias of knowing how to play against this type of a disruption. The first thing is they have to have a sigil on the board, or if you're playing cards that cost money, they have to have multiple sigils on the board. So if you keep your arsenal open and they don't have access to conductivity, right? Conductivity negates this to some extent in that it just stays on the board forever. But if they have other sigils that are planning to expire, and you can play in such a way where you end up arsenaling your non-attack that you plan to play, and then you can play it on the next turn when they don't have a sigil, I think that will not always be correct, but will definitely help you some amount into the wobble, because if wobble is a card that they're casting against you, they're typically getting at least 3, but sometimes up to like 7 value. But if it's a card that they have to keep in their hand and they can't cast, they can't do anything with it, right? It's not even a card you can cast to bounce back a gone in a flash. So I think turning that from a blowout card into a brick now that maybe they have to be like, oh, I just like cycle it away with a Cilio can be pretty helpful for you. Um, I think also you should uh, take note of what the Acilio is doing if they're thinking on whether to cycle. Are they thinking on whether to cycle in response to the first non-attack? Like maybe your deck that plays multiple non-attacks, and they're thinking, oh, like let me cycle right away in response to this non-attack because I have a sigil. Maybe I draw into a wobble. Then you can make like a table read of, did they draw into the wobble? Were they thinking on my first non-attack for a while? Maybe they have it and they're sandbagging it, waiting to hit something more impactful. I think maybe it's a bit hard to do this on Talishar, but I think in real life you can probably pick up on some physical tells of like where they're pausing to think and when they're activating a Cilio as to whether they potentially have the card.
Yeah,
I think all of that is completely accurate.
Yeah, also playing a little more to what you were saying about how it can be awkward to IP that card. It's not even just like if they have a sigil that's going to go away, you can set your non-attacks. If you just play in a way where you don't, like if you just have a turn where you don't have to play a non-attack and you can just set it, it might just be better to set it. It's pretty simple. Just because the more turns that you play of the game where the wobble is not doing anything, the more likely it is that they brick on it. And once they brick on it, it's a lot worse because ultimately it's not like it's a Gone in a Flash style card where like, oh, I'll take 5 damage to set Gone in a Flash, right? Like wobble is just a value play that's trying to, potentially scale your opponent's hand negatively, but often is just going to be cashed in for some amount of 4 or 5 value or whatever it is. And so every turn that goes by where they're not able to resolve that is better for you, especially if you're playing a deck with only a few non-attacks. If you can brick their arsenal with a wobble, that's going to be very powerful.
Yeah, it could just be game winning, right? Because they can basically never get it out.
Yep. Especially when you're thinking about how to block, right? Like if you're able to block with non-attacks, maybe slightly inefficiently, but you increase the opportunity that they might brick on a wobble, that might be profitable for you. But Acilio's hero ability is on both heroes' turns, so who cares? They'll just discard it and it's broken.
Yeah. But also you could think about, like I mentioned, baiting it out too, where if you are Marionette, maybe you
like an
play your cut from the same cloth, they wobble it, and then you can play your codex after, that kind of thing.
Oh yeah, cut from the same cloth in particular, I think is actually a card that is quite of note. I would basically always try and set that and pair it with a turn where you can choose whether or not to play a non-attack after seeing there.
Exactly, yeah. Because now you get the full info if they have it or they don't have it, and then you can just like sequence your next plays in a way that's worse for them.
Yeah.
They kind of have to negate it, otherwise like you just get to see it in their hand, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, they have a hero ability that actually says they don't have to do that at all, because
Yeah, true. It is okay.
but in theory.
I was just thinking about if you just don't counter that one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is like
You
they
probably
just
just
don't
don't
counter the cut from the same cloth, and
Yeah.
then you still get the knowledge and you get to sequence with it in
Yeah.
mind, but yeah.
Now they hold you hostage for the rest of the turn, and then after you end your turn, they just pitch it. Like they just discard it.
Of course, it's broken.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, but Acilio's not always the best at just like getting a random card after they've already decided all their blocks and stuff. It could be like a second spell or something,
Yeah. Well,
I mean, they get to discard at the end of your turn, and then they get to discard something else probably on their turn. To try
I'm saying they draw like a second spell. Like they draw a non-instant off of it, and then that's where it's like they wish they would have blocked with a card. It's all good.
Millen asks, which hero gained the most in CC from Pen? Vincet gained a lot, but who gained the most was Acilio. But
okay. That's not what the question was. I think the actual answer is Tekla.
Yeah, true.
He gained the most cards for sure.
Well, yeah, like Tekla like actually got a bunch of very powerful cards that you do want to play in the deck, and like just does not function in the same way. But if we're talking about like real heroes, I would say Acilio.
Hey, Tekla's almost real.
Yeah, Tekla is close to real now.
Yeah.
I would say that
not with Acilio is the best.
There are plenty of decks who do not want to play against Tekla.
It's true.
Yeah. I would say that some of the ninja cards are like potentially real for Katsu, but it's the same thing as Tekla, where he got a bunch of cards that are good in the deck, but it's still not a good hero.
I would say Acilio in terms of just good heroes that got CC help.
Yeah.
Darken asks, what hero do you think, if they could LSS completely rework after seeing how it played out in the wild, other than Zen?
Can we set like conditions for what that actually means? So it's like are they like re-releasing it into CC, or is it like we're like retroactively changing what a hero does?
I think it's re-releasing.
Okay, so like my first thought goes to like heroes that just shouldn't work quite the way they do, like Vincet, for example, is like the first thing that comes to mind, where like she could probably just be a May and it would be fine. Maybe it's like a little bit less thematic with the shadow stuff, but like Chain was a May and didn't have to be.
So. Chain wasn't really a May. Like you had to banish for shackles.
No, but like his hero ability. You're right.
Yeah, but you didn't have to use his hero ability every turn.
Yeah. You didn't have to, but like you were.
Yeah, I think Noah's right. Where it's like basically the
dirt, but it used to be once you made shackles, you were shackled up.
Yeah. Thematically, I think he is still.
I would say Gravy Bones is like by far the one that they should have reworked, because they literally changed the entire game for Gravy Bones. Like they hit all the tipples. They literally changed how the rules work of blocking into allies. I think he's probably had the biggest impact of a hero that they could have done something different.
I think those changes just would have happened eventually, though. Like I don't
but
think
definitely
those weren't like Gravy interacts with this problematically. It's just like the way that
he interacts with the flesh and blood problematically.
I bet they would have given Riptide 40 health.
I actually think from a design standpoint, they still would probably 30 just because he does unpreventable damage on your opponent's turn. And with the exception of Slippy, that's normally how they... That one as well, that one doesn't make any sense to me.
Also, we have evidence of them just completely reworking Prism. Like when Lucas played it at that tournament with the old unusable weapon, and then what it is now, like the deck just got completely reworked with the new weapon.
Yep. Yeah, I would say also you could make an argument for maybe like some of the WTR heroes, like Flattering Showman, like maybe that's like how they would actually release Bravo if they wanted to make something like that nowadays. But I guess if you're talking about like like not necessarily failures, but like stuff that didn't work out the way they wanted it to, I think Vincet and Prism are both good examples for the reasons we mentioned.
There's not a lot that I can think of that aren't doing what it feels like they want the hero to do.
Yeah, I think maybe some of the like mech stuff. There's been like a lot of mech mechanics that kind of just like fall short. Like Max's kind of whole deal. Teklo as well. Like I think these are both examples where like they've been kind of trying to rework them with new cards, but like at least how they were as printed and even for a while after that, they just like don't really make any sense as heroes. But you know, I think most of the hero cards themselves have been successes.
Wardo77 asks, what hero is more likely to be benched by fan vote in Sage, Briar or Kano?
Kano.
Kano.
Okay. Like you can already shoot.
Everyone hates Kano.
By the time they do the fan votes set 19, Kano will be banned. 100%. I'll stake my life on it.
I wouldn't do that. You live in a place where there's people who can take care of that for you.
Oh no, dude! Yes, no, come get me. Because I said that on the pod. Unlucky.
Dalton asks, what do you think of changing all competitive Sage events to be 2 rounds longer than their CC counterparts? So PQs would be 7 rounds instead of 5. Day 1 of the calling might be 9 rounds instead of 7, etc. At the current round numbers, I would spend more time traveling to and from the Sage event than I do actually playing the FAB at the event. I think we talked about this the week before where we said it should probably have more rounds or something to try and alleviate some level of the variance, and it wouldn't actually take up that much more time. I think we'd all be comfortable with like some games you just like lose on turn 1 or 2, and it would be nice to be able to be like, yeah, you get a couple of those a tournament and it's fine.
So how does more rounds materially impact your standings? Because I feel like some tournaments where it's been just over the cap, for example, the last round of the tournament actually just doesn't affect top 8. Like, wasn't that the case at this? Go ahead.
Most of the time what happens is when you, I guess it depends on whether it's closer or farther from the cutoff, but like basically if you add like, let's say you add 2 more rounds, the way it's probably going to materialize most of the time is if you like the people in that like top 8 to like the top 16 range, like whatever that range, like 16, 20 players, whatever it is, those players get 2 extra rounds and they have to win them. It's just like basically like the top, you know, whoever's like X2 after however many rounds it would normally be, they just get 2 extra rounds and they have to win them in order to make the top 8. So it's basically just like if you would have gotten 15th, you get 2 more chances to win 2 more games. Like you get 2 more you get 2 more games that you have to win, but you have an opportunity to top 8.
Yeah, I mean, if that's true, and adding 2 more rounds actually allows you to be like, say you went 3-2, normally your goose is cooked, but now you can go 7-2 and get top 8, then I would be in favor of something like this. I just remember at London, it was like the round before last, you could just look at the top 8 people and all of them could lose and it's still the top 8.
The way FAB standings work, dead rounds just always happen. Like it's not a number of rounds thing. It's just how close it is.
That's not a FAB thing. That is a card game thing.
It is a FAB thing. It's a FAB thing because of how FAB standings work. So no, it is in every other card game.
They just ID,
happens, but it's not the same.
It's the same. They just ID. They just intentionally draw the last round.
That's okay.
How do I know? I play that game, and Magic does the same thing.
If your game allows IDing, then yes, it is the same.
So yeah, the other games that exist in the world, like Magic, which is one of the most popular ones, they just ID.
Yeah,
Yu-Gi-Oh does.
Depends on the game. In FAB, because IDing is not a thing, the standings are what causes that. So if the tiebreak system was different, then maybe we wouldn't have dead rounds. But in FAB, it's just because the first tiebreaker is what round you lose, there's going to be some level of attendance where, like, it just depends on how many people show up, whether there's a dead round or not.
Yeah, I'm just saying in a lot of other card games, there's also dead rounds at the end.
Yes, but that's just because you can ID.
Yeah, you just ID. It's the same thing. It's actually worse because in Flesh of Blood, you play the game so that you can get better seating. It just doesn't matter if you win or lose. The only thing that matters is you're actually playing for your seeding. In the other games where you ID, you're giving up seeding to guarantee top 8. Is essentially what's happening a lot of the time. And sometimes it works out where it still moves everyone over and the seeding kind of makes sense. But there's plenty of any game that has IDing in it will also have a dead round at the end. The difference is this dead round lets you actually play the game to try and see who will be seed 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That's why I prefer this system.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Darkin also asks, LSS has put themselves in an awkward spot where a few certain decks in Silver Age will surely be benched coming next season. Briar, Kano, probably some block slop, but Chain will be back, presumably with a fresh set of bans that hopefully make him less egregious. What changes do you predict they will make in order for Silver Age's second season to not be completely dominated by Chain? Well, they said bans. I have no idea. They've never been, nothing has ever made Chain unplayable, so I have no idea.
Maybe if it's a Runeblade action that is capable of creating a rune chant, it can get banned. What do you think about that? You think like Boomer Chain can do something?
I don't know. All I know is they have banned Chain stuff in every format many times, and nothing has ever made Chain unplayable. They have made Chain go from like the best deck to like a top deck, but they've never gone from a top deck to unplayable. It's never happened. Or even just like top deck to like meh.
What if they did a crazy ban? Surprised no one's ever brought this up before as like a crazy ban, but I guess it's probably because it's a stupid idea. If they made Chain unable to play red cards, like, all right, you know what? Chain has a new rule. It's like a reverse emperor. You're not allowed to play red cards. Can you still win when you just take a point off of all your cards?
Yeah, I think if they didn't ban anything else, he would still be the best deck.
You think so? With no reds?
I think so.
It would be interesting to try at least.
Yeah,
I think there are
obviously things
much
you could do to
more
make
balanced, but I think it with bans, I think you could actually knock him down a peg. But I think just that change, like he still gets to play all the yellow cards that make rune chants. I guess your density of just like cards that make rune chants go down a lot, but maybe that would be.
And you're making one less rune chant off of them.
That's probably enough where he's just tier 1, like maybe tier 1.5.
Because you just need to hit so many cards to actually balance him. So like unless you want to just
you actually just can't balance him, because if you ban all the rune chant makers, he just plays Boomer, and then he's still very good. Because the other thing is like offensive overlap doesn't really exist in Sage, so as long as the Chain's not at risk of being fatigued, the like I'm just gonna block for the first few turns and get Shackle's strategy is like pretty consistent and pretty good.
And there's no like bomb card that I can deploy on Shackle 4 or 5 that just like wins me the game.
So yeah, Chain will be the best deck, and then he will get banned again for 2 seasons, and then he'll be the best deck for a season again, and then he'll get banned for 3 seasons, and then he'll be the best deck again. And, you know, it's like we'll just call it like Chain Summer, you know, like it's Chain Summer. He'll be back in 5 seasons, you know. We'll get to see him again eventually.
You might be able to ban enough things. See, they can ban enough things to make people not want to play him, though. That is a thing that they can do.
That's true, and then we'll play him.
Yeah. That's when I play him. I play him when everyone's like, nah, he's bad now. And I go, give me. No mirrors? I accept.
Oh, it's got to be so much worse than Sage, right? Like, oh my god. Oh. Can we just ban him? Just like rip up all young Chains in the world.
No, they just printed a new Marvel version of him, so he has to come back.
Yippee.
We spent all this money on this $140 box to get a $40 Marvel hero. I got to be able to play him.
Oh, I think with that, I feel like even the new arms are good in Chain.
Yeah, everything's good.
Because you can give them go again. You can like actually get back a Malefic and then swing your weapon.
Yep. The curve, even if you played like Nebula Blade 2, that curve works nice. You can like get back a 0 cost, then boom.
Yep.
Swing Nebula.
Well,
get
that's
chanted
not
up.
that's not what that card does at all. It's XX. Costs 2 to get it back.
No, it costs 1. Why are you roasting me? You don't even know what the card does. It costs 1 more than the thing you're getting back. You never get back anything that costs money. I'm saying like you pay 1, you get back Malefic. Malefic costs 0, you play it,
Yeah.
and then you swing Nebula Blade. Is that not what you said?
Yeah, no. You're right.
Okay, thank you. Very good, very good. Wait, is
Well-
there a second part of this question? Why didn't they make the changes in the first place rather than forcing the issue going to season 2? Do we answer
No one
that?
knows. We do not answer that.
Because they needed more time to figure out how to unsuccessfully nerf chain.
To be fair, they probably wanted to see what the meta would look like when the players got their hands on all the cards and
Yeah.
everything else, and then they could test their chain changes into what the current meta looks like. For
Yeah,
Silver
it makes
Age,
a lot of sense
and they
actually the
could
way they
balance
did
it
it.
better.
Yeah.
Because if they found that the chain post changes ends up playing fine into the top decks now, then I guess it's okay to release it.
It also leaves their options open. Like if they don't feel like they have an actual avenue to like make the hero, like it gives them more time to either maybe make a more drastic measure or potentially pursue some alternative way of balancing chain, or just saying, yeah, this hero's not cool yet. Like this way gives them time to figure it out.
Yeah. And it makes the player base do all the work of solving everything around it, so that they can focus
Which, to be
more
fair,
heavily on the thing that matters.
I feel like
No, it's good. This is a good
say-
thing
yeah,
to
yeah.
do.
You frame
This
it
is-
negatively at the start, but yeah, I agree. It's a good thing. Like they should leverage
This is smart.
playing.
They're using their
Yeah.
noggin here. This is
It's
I
good.
approve.
What do you approve?
They should do more things like this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, with that positive note, I think we can wrap it up
That's the
on,
best we did.
on one of the episodes of all time. So goodbye. So long.